Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. To the air with McCarthy. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Let's go. Steady.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
To the air goes Daniels. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's got to wait to try to pick up that third, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be.
Lions.
And now an audible here into something else.
Go.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. This is intercepted. And the Vikings force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Looking to throw McCarthy. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. That's taken it around the 40. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
On the go.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
Ready. Viking 18.
Play action, now it's Daniels. To the sideline and incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Ready, set.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Let's go now.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped just short of the 1st down marker at the Vikings 35.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
And this offense on third down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Liking 18. Cup 19. Cup 19. Ready?
To throw is Daniels. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he's going to have the Commanders' first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short. Blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd down and 6 now.
6. Ready?
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. 2 yards to gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for first. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Here we go. Set. 71.
Daniels looking to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Hop 70. Go.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are able to widen their lead here in this first half. The extra point splits the uprights, and it is 28-0.
Harrison Bevis to kick off.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's fourth down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on fourth and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Come on, set. 70 Lions.
Going for it, here's McCarthy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Back to throw. McCarthy. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. That's courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Let's go. 60 Eagles.
Looking to throw. McCarthy. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Troy Anderson. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. No going for two. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Commanders 35, Vikings nothing.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line.
Okay, ready?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Throwing after the interception. McCarthy. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
This defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And he's got Pierce. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster in the first half, so where do they go from here?
The first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot. Pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
He can't get him down. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 57 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I don't think anyone thought we'd see a run facing second and that long, and that element of surprise, I think, helped make that play so successful. Nice effort on that carry, and it took what seemed like second and impossible, now has him within throwing range of a first down.
Here's 3rd and 7. Back to throw. McCarthy lets one go downfield for Pierce. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, Parker.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Here we go, check.
Now Daniels. A throw left side, hauled in by Lane. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talked about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. He'll try to do it himself. And now here is another interception. And return this one to the 30-yard line. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Here we go. Ready.
That's complete to his receiver, McCoy. And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Let's go. Let's go.
Throwing now is Daniels. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Well, that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 4-yard line.
Cowboy 80. Bronco 80. 70 Timberwolf.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Panther 60. Panther 60.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Kyle Pitts from 3 yards out. And the Commanders will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point safely through. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Vikings nothing. Harrison Beavis to kick off.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. First down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. The offense on 3rd down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. McCarthy operating from the gun. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Lets one go downfield for Pierce. And my goodness, another interception.